Yo guys, this is DoD FireFox. And this is a game where I'm on Hades against a top player who's also from time to time coaching me. And this guy is Aces.TheRapl, or the Rebel, one of the best players that Retold has right now. And the map is Ghostlake, with a lot of goats in the middle. I think this got nerfed though, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that many goats recently. These are less goats now. Actually, there are way more goats. Huh. I think the goats are more on the landmass now. I wonder if this is just random now, or if this may be on purpose. So the matchup is Hades against Poseidon, which is a tough matchup for Hades. Husk Soup or Husk Suppe mentioned that it was his least favorite matchup. And yeah, I kind of want to go into it. So let's get a little bit faster because like the pre-game is pretty standard. You find a build order on the DoD YouTube channel for Hades. And I'm just executing this build right now, which is very thankful because we have these animals here that we can shoot and lure into the town center. And this matchup is honestly pretty decent. No, not decent, it's actually very good for Poseidon. Because Poseidon can have the map control and early aggression. And if Poseidon runs in with a lot of centaurs, for example, and the fast Atalanta, he can kind of negate mystical unit spam with centaurs in Atalanta, so you cannot go easily Minotaur raid. Because Atalanta will catch up to them. And also what Poseidon can do, he can start attacking the Hades from different directions and force the Hades to stay in base. Meanwhile, the Poseidon can go out and grab Hunt, because he has the map control, which is an automatic economic win for the Poseidon. And then there's the strong bronze timing where Poseidon can go for a big bronze attack with Hippicon and Centaurs to the second gold mine of the Hades. So these are kind of like the two reasons why Poseidon is very strong against Hades. And but if those two reasons don't break the Hades back, then the Hades will eventually win because he just has a stronger late game, in my opinion, with both Athena and Ares carrying in upgrades. My Rebel, I see already a reason why this game is going Poseidon. So he has already 19 sheep here. This is insane. He's just scouted his part of the map and is on 19 sheeps. And I scouted too, but I kind of seem to fail to get the sheeps. Did I lose these sheeps maybe? Yeah, I did. I didn't notice. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I see that. Do I lose these three as well? Oh my god. Don't tell me I didn't notice. I just didn't notice. I'm losing 6 sheeps here, which is absolutely insane. Well, maybe I'm sending my scout here to catch them? This could be... So I'm on 9. The Rebel is on currently 19. If he gets those, 22, and if he gets these, 25 sheeps. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get them. I remember at least these 3, but those are running there unguarded. So at least get 2 more here. Did the Rebel get husbandry now? He should get husbandry as fast as he can, because then the sheeps can fatten, and he has even a bigger advantage. So in this game, I was really unsure of what to do. I lost the same matchup against Boyd, where Boyd went Mars Hippicon, Mars Centaurs, and I tried to Mars Hoplites in the classical age and with that village center, but that didn't really work. And I realized I probably have to get the third age hero, the shooting one, the Chiron, to deal with the centaurs. And now I was kind of like not really sure what I wanted to do, you know. Either I want to go for Minotaur raid, but then I realized this Atalanta has 5.6 speed and will still be faster than the Minotaurs on 5.4. Once they are upgraded, they have 5.4 speed. So she will still be faster. Then he has centaurs where he can slow my Minotaurs down. And if he goes for centaur spam, then I will have a problem if I don't have Chiron. So this is already bad, honestly, bad play by me, that I didn't really have a clear. So first thing it was the goats, missing these goats on top and just being unlucky in general with the goats, because there's no way he should have 26, while I have 10, you know. So yeah, I should have protected the ones that I found there, but I should have also been more lucky here on this side. But it is what it is. Now I see because I get in Pegasus, which is good. So I want to check if he is on a town center, and I see the army, but this army is not big enough to assume that he doesn't have a town center, because imagine, like, you obviously don't see his villager distribution, but if he didn't have 11 on food but like less and more on wood, then he could have have a town center by now, or build one at least. So this is not enough Hippicon to be a dead giveaway that he's not on a second town center. So I'm sending out scouts, check this one with the Pegasus, go there with the Minotaur. Then I get the Minotaur upgrade, which I'm not even sure I like here, honestly, because like one Minotaur, and it's too slow. Also, going out at 7 minutes is too slow. Like this, like the real problem with my plays here is that I don't really have a dedicated strategy. Like I'm not really sure what I should be doing. So I'm just playing, and this is not like the best, especially if you're against like a top player in the world like Rapper. And now my Minotaur even gets stuck here. Now I get out. Okay, I always check the. So now I was slow, but when I go raid, I always check the upgrades. So I see his husbandry, I see his other upgrade, and I compared it with mine, obviously. But now that I go heroic, I on purpose didn't have more economy upgrades to have a faster heroic timing. But even the heroic timing could have been faster. I was just very slow because I was really undecided. I didn't have a strategy in mind and not a plan on what I'm doing. So this is I think bad. So the goats are one factor. Also the factor that I didn't really have a strategy. Basically, losing this Minotaur, this 250 wood that I spent on upgrade on the 20 favor, basically resources that I didn't even need in the first place because they didn't achieve anything, you know. Could have also basically been a village center ticking in the base. Now I go for a kind of like a hidden town center because I see he has not many units. So in my assumption, Rebel goes to heroic, which he also is. He's going heroic. So this was a right assumption. No, Rebel is also scouting. And I decided to go for this town center because there was a food source and 2 gold mines in the back, and even a gold mine here. So I put my hero here to guard against centaurs, put the other 2 here, and just built this with like 10 villages, so that even if he comes in, that combined with restoration, I don't really lose this, but I obviously don't want to spend my restoration here. And now I'm in 2TC and the Rappel doesn't see it. Yeah, I still think this game is in favor of the Rubber currently because he just has so many goats. 26 goats, basically one is dying right now. And each of them has like 200 food. This is absolutely insane. It's so much resources here. Oh my god. And then I'm already depleted of goats. Yeah, it's probably one of the big deciding factors in this game. But we had Vault of Erebus, and we are 2 villages ahead, so we are actually almost 5 villages ahead. And the Vault of Erebus was ticking for a long time. I really like Vault of Erebus as it is. It gives you basically 2.5 unraidable villagers. So I really like that upgrade. Getting a wall here, that's nice. And the rapper still has no idea. He's probably wondering what I'm doing. This is so crazy, man. I had no idea why we were playing that he had that many goats. I mean, I should have assumed it, counting my goats. So, look, I have to go and I have to make a farm transition at 10 minutes, and there's not much food on this map at all. Yeah, this is probably one of the big reasons why this game went the way it did. But I also don't really like Rebels' strategical decision. I think let's say the goat distribution was even. I think first of all he should have also kept an eye on this town center, and I think if the goats were even distributed, I think I would be in a much stronger position. So then the question is, he should probably have masked centaurs and hippicon, and take care of this spot here so that I don't even get there in the first place. Maybe with a nice bronze timing and a lot of army, But yeah, I think this would be better. This is at least how I lose often against Poseidon. But I mean, who am I to teach Rappel now? Rappel is very strong. Here comes a fight, and I decide to make all his picks because. So this was my thinking. I think I have a bigger, better position here. So I'm closer to my training facilities, and also I have Chiron, which would just negate those centaurs. And then I think if I cast Curse here, I assume that Rappel will cast his Curse, which he did. And then I get about 16 picks. And that's what I was thinking. And honestly, it worked perfectly. So now I get all these picks in here. It obviously wouldn't work if Rappel was about to win this. Then all the picks would be his, and I would be in an even worse position. But that worked kind of well. That worked really well, baiting out the curse. And now I move all these picks here into my position. But they are not fat, they're on 150 food, and the Rappel's goats are like 300 almost, and he still has like 17 that were untouched. So it's a small drop into the ocean. And now what I really played bad here, in my opinion, is that I should have keep scouting this town center with the Pegasi, because what Robert does here now is going into aggression, and this is a very big investment of his, because if he builds this is like 600 resources and then favor, so this is a lot of resources, and then he builds Petrobolos, which recently got buffed, so they are cheaper and build faster, I think. But still, this is like an investment of like 1,000 resources here from the Rebel. And if I had a scout here, because I definitely have one down here, but if I had a scout here, I would see that he wasn't on a town center. I thought he was booming here. So I was really surprised when I saw this fortress. I was like, oh fuck, I missed either being in this position with my army or kind of like denying it with sentinels or something. Like I could have casted sentinels and fight this position when he was building this up. And also, if I scouted this, I would have known that he's not taking a town center, so he's either going music, which he's probably not. It doesn't make much sense. And then he's putting our fortress here would be the second conclusion of this. And now the second mistake is, since I was very surprised that he did this, his army composition is just way better. He has 7 Pelters, and I have 2 Toxotes. And he has 7 Hypatists. Meanwhile, I have 4 Hoplites and 2 Hypatists. So His army composition is just way better right now. He also has these centers that will eventually die, but his army is stronger here, and I kind of have to attack now because the Petrobolus is killing my town center. I could also just say I move away from the spot, but then I give up my 2 gold mines. So I kind of had to stay here. But like, honestly, if I scouted his play earlier, I could have built my own hill fort. No, what's it called? Fortress, and then build Petropolis myself and anti-siege his Petropolis. So his Petropolis has to either shoot my town center or shoot my Petropolis, and then I can hold this position easy, and my town center is ticking. So this would have been the best play. Like, not having the scouting information was almost cost. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but this was very bad. And also, the fact that his army composition is just way stronger. So there's like 3 things that I did wrong this game. The one with the goats. So obviously losing these goats here on top was bad, but also kind of unlucky, honestly. How many goats he found to compare to my scout. It's kind of a mix between bad play and unlucky. A little bit more unlucky than bad play. Then the a second bad play was definitely not having a defined strategy. So I was just like, not really sure. By the way, repairing this costs so much choice resources. So I was basically not sure what I was doing. So I was kind of confused on what my strategy was, which is bad. A third bad thing was not scouting, like scouting enough. I mean, I have a scout here and I have a scout here, but what is this scout even doing? And the fourth mistake was the army composition. But this is kind of like by surprise, because if I would have seen him get up here, then I could have reacted way better. So I was just playing very reactive in this game and not very proactive. But this is kind of the nature of Poseidon against Hades, honestly. So this is kind of what you're forced into this matchup a little bit, but still. Yeah, this is some big mistakes on my part. And you cannot allow yourself these type of mistakes against a player like DoD. DoD and Kavoth will capitalize on these mistakes very fast. They see them and then they will exploit you for it. And this is actually a very big investment from the DoD. This fortress, if I had a fortress up myself and I would anti-siege this, or if I had prepared better for what is coming here, then this would be kind of like an all-in play. With the back of it that there are tons of goats here. So it's not that all-in for the DoD, as he has just tons of goats. But this curse, I'm also not sure, honestly. I should have probably rather casted a restoration than a curse. Now I'll also give him picks. Oh my god. Yeah. And now the represents such a commanding position, but I'm 25 villages ahead, so I will now speed this up, I think. Let's go a little bit faster. Still gathering from these goats. Now my army composition is a little bit better, but I still don't have peltasts, and now I have peltasts. Now I micro them on the archers, but it's so late, my whole reaction to all of this was so late. For me, it comes really down to scouting better. That's it. And now all these villagers are idle, also not good. I also wanted to go Ares, by the way, in this game, and I accidentally clicked Athena, which is not that bad. Like, it's not like game losing or anything. Athena is perfectly fine in this matchup. But if I had some Cyclops here, and Toxotes killing the heroes of him, and the Cyclops would kill his army so hard. But yeah, it is what it is. And now another catapult comes out, and he's still on 1 town center. We are 21 villages ahead, but we have spent so much resources building town center. And here's the next mistake. I should have grabbed this one way faster, because it secures all this gold and this food source. Now Robert moves out for this. And he's just way more army. He's on 5.5k or 6k to 4k. So he's in a very commanding position. Let's kind of like speed this up even more. But I'm still 25 villages ahead, Now I try to get this. This I should have done way earlier. I could have done it, but was occupied microing or macroing. Now I see his army. I saw his army here with a scout, so I was trying to move in to idle these villagers. But now I'm kind of committed into like a bad fight. Now I get a Petropolis. Way too late. And Bubble is now mining here as well. I'm soon running out of gold, that's the main problem. I just keep it running fast. Now here comes an earthquake. Destroys all of this. But I'm kind of like winning here, in a sense. But Rappers just spent 2,400 resources on raiding this. He spends 2,400 resources on the mystic timing. So there's a huge commitment. But now he has the Themis Archer upgrade. Yeah, at this point it's lost, but it actually got pretty close here too. Like I'm running out of gold, that's my problem soon. Just killing the Petropoli. And he has like this nice Themis upgrade, which makes his archer so much stronger. Like this I should have done way earlier, you know? Before I let him siege me down. And now also my mystical units have less value because he has the Themis upgrade for archers. Now there comes a Keys Fire from him to just get a bit more time. It's also the problem, once you kill these fortresses, like a ton of militia will come out. So he has a short buff basically, and this is when I resigned. Very nice game. I think, yeah, it's basically the points that I mentioned. I think this is winnable. The way Robert played it, I think this is winnable for me. I'm not sure how easy this matchup would be if he plays like Kavoth, for example, where he goes Mars Hippicon and Mars Centaurs and then bronzes a second gold mine. Then it's probably way rougher. I'm just not sure because I talked to Naira and he was like, his matchup is actually winnable for Hades and not as bad as it seems if you go for Mars Minotaur. But I kind of wonder how Mars Minotaur can be done if he had, because Poseidon has the Atalanta. So I wonder, can you really move out? Because like if a Centaur shoots your Minotaur, you get. Can a Centaur actually hit a Minotaur? That's the question. But then there's what I'm thinking is the Minotaur gets slower, like runs slower, and then Atalanta can easily catch up because she's already faster and kill all the Minotaurs. I'm not sure. I have to do some more thinking. Like what I initially wanted to do here is go Ares and get the Prodromos, but Rappel didn't even go cavalry, which also threw me off a bit. Let's look at some post-game stats. The resources is pretty even actually. And they had way more civilians, but they were repairing a lot and stuff, so they were not gathering the whole time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nice game, and I'd have to go a bit into myself and think more of how I want to defeat the Poseidon as Hades. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, and thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye.